Do you own or rent your home? Sure you do, and I'll bet it can be hard work. You know what's easy? Bundling policies with Geico. Geico makes it easy to bundle your homeowner's or renter's insurance along with your auto policy. It's a good thing, too, because you already have so much to do around your home. Go to geico.com, get a quote, and see how much you could save. It's Geico Easy. Visit geico.com today. That's geico.com.
Brought to you by our friend at Alabama Roofing Professionals. Mike and the guys can help you out with any roofing issues that you may have. Residential roofing, if you have a leak, if you have a storm that has come through and caused damage, or just if you need to get it inspected because you feel like things may not be up to speed, 205-579-9096 or visit alroofpros.com.
All right, guys, question number one. As of this morning, the 247 Top 5 recruiting rankings are as follows: Ohio State, Notre Dame, Florida State, LSU, and Georgia. Again, the top 5: Ohio State, Notre Dame, Florida State, LSU, and Georgia. Of those 5 schools that I just mentioned, which ones will be in the top 5 on signing day in December?
Ohio State, Alabama, Florida State, LSU, Georgia?
Alabama's not in the top 5 currently.
Oh, Notre Dame, Ohio State, Florida State, LSU, Georgia?
Ohio State, Notre Dame, Florida State, LSU, Georgia.
Notre Dame will not be.
But everybody else will be.
Alabama's getting in.
Alabama's getting in.
I think Clemson will get in.
Okay.
And I think LSU and Georgia will stay.
So Notre Dame, Florida State.
Notre Dame or Florida State's out right now. I would say Notre Dame. Because I do think you have a dynamic personality that's recruiting to Tallahassee. How it all works out on the field, we'll see. But I do think that Mike is a good recruiter, and he's continuing to prove that. I think they picked up another big D-line recruit last night. So
2 5-stars in this class for Florida State.
Which is technically it's the way it should be.
It should be.
I'm not saying they should have more than Georgia or Alabama every year, but there's no excuse being in Tallahassee, Florida, with the tradition, history, everything that surrounds that program, that you're not getting a couple elite recruits every year. At least 1 or 2.
Yeah. Damien, what'd you say?
I want to say I think Notre Dame is out, but that Florida State one, I don't think they'll be top 5.
Top 5.
I don't think they'll be top 5.
So you think they'll both be out?
Yeah, I think they'll both be. I think Florida State will probably be in the top 10, but I just don't think top 5.
Okay, let me go ahead and give you the rest of the national rankings for the SEC in regards to the way they fall out this morning. At number 6 is Texas A&M. 15 is Bama. Kentucky is 16. Mississippi State 17. Arkansas 19. Florida 21. Mizzou 25. South Carolina 31. Vandy 39. Tennessee 49. Ole Miss 68. Auburn 72.
Oh.
Auburn's only got 3 commitments, though. So just
and that's where it's
hit
that's
the
where
pause
we got to kind of
hit the pause.
June.
That's only 3.
Right.
So, but I was kind of surprised. But Florida State, those 2 5-stars, they currently come in at number 3. Question number 2. Yesterday was the 24th anniversary of Mike Tyson biting off a portion of Evander Holyfield's right ear. Tyson, as you recall, was disqualified in the 3rd round as Holyfield retained his WBA heavyweight championship. Was that the most bizarre ending to a sporting event you've ever witnessed?
Bizarre, yes.
Yeah, I said bizarre, not upsetting or best finish, just bizarre.
I'm trying to think, what would the next
I was
bizarre finish?
Because, see, the kick 6 to me, that was
bizarre. It's just wild play.
It's just a wild, yeah.
Correct.
Well, I mean, I was 14 months when that happened, so my sports endings are kind of limited.
I'm trying to think what else is even on our list here, Pat. What were you debating between?
I wasn't debating. That's why I was bringing this up to you guys, so you guys could come up with something. But watching him rip the ear off and spitting out a portion of the ear in the ring.
No, I was watching the fight, and I could not believe what was happening. It was one of those things where
I was watching it too.
You know what? I don't think the broadcast crew caught it at first.
No.
And then Holyfield's reaction was, okay, something happened. And then when they went back in slow motion and you actually saw it, you're like, oh, he did that. where Tyson got the idea to do that. I don't think that just comes to you mid-fight.
Like
You just think he's nuts.
He was in desperation mode, like complete desperation mode. Had to.
Because I think you have to. I mean, he had to spit the mouthpiece out to do it, or else you're not going to get any of the ear off.
Right.
Did someone do that to him in a sparring session? Did he see someone else do it in a street fight, and he just thought, "Man, if things ever go south for me, I'll take this. I'll bite the ear." Maybe Chris Webber timeout, but that wasn't the final play. But
yeah, I would count that. That was bizarre.
Definitely strange. There's got to be some other things that just ended in. I mean, Norman's meltdown at the Masters was bizarre. That was also just meltdown. I mean, it wasn't. Maybe some folks will tweet some in that we're not thinking of. There's got to be some stuff out there that we're not thinking about.
24th anniversary yesterday, so time flies. Next question. Finish this sentence. For the football season to be a success, the Tennessee Vols must
be above 500.
I was just going to say make it to a bowl game.
So yours is they got to get to a bowl game, but Cole's is finish above 500.
I think they just need to be above 500. I don't think the bowl really matters.
So that's a success. Tennessee fans, as long as they can get above 500, show a little bit of progress, they're going to be happy.
I don't think Tennessee fans will view it that way, but I think they should.
They should.
Yeah.
They definitely should.
Okay. Next question. Mississippi State is one of 3 Power 5 programs with no national championships in team sports. A school from the ACC and one from the Big 12 are also titleless. Want to take a guess at the other 2 besides Mississippi State that has never won a national championship? Again, Power 5, one from the ACC, one from the Big 12.
I'm going to say Wake.
That was my first guess in ACC.
And
Big 12.
Kansas State.
I was going to say TCU.
All right, so Cole Kublik, for the record, states Wake Forest and Kansas State. Damian, are you going with Wake from the ACC?
Wake from the ACC.
And who would say from
TCU.
the TCU? From the ACC, it is Virginia Tech. Never won a national championship. In the Big 12, Kansas State.
TCU's had some good baseball teams.
Baseball,
and they have a football title back in the day, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Back in the
really
old days. All right, 5th and final question. And you guys need to be honest with this, okay? I mean, don't candy coat it. I need a real first thing that pops in your head, okay?
Okay.
Let's go.
All right, here we go. Last month, someone in Manhattan posted an online want ad asking for the following. I'm just going to read you the want ad, okay?
Here we go.
Be naked at my sister's wedding. My sister is having an outdoor wedding in New Canaan, Connecticut. I want someone to be naked in the woods and to run through the wedding in order to ruin it. I will protect you from my family. Again, they want you to be naked at his sister's wedding, be in the woods, run through the wedding party. They're going to protect you from the family. Would you ever consider at least making a call to possibly negotiate or to find out how much they're willing to pay?
Yes.
Now, I didn't say you would do it. I'm just saying that you would at least entertain the thought and call them to just see how much they're willing to give you to do that.
If the price is right.
So you would do it. So you're basically Landrum Roberts. You would, if there's money involved and you can get naked, hey, I'm all game.
I mean,
it's gravy, baby.
It's all gravy, baby. Yeah.
Okay.
I do it.
Now, see, you're honest, and I appreciate that. Cole's going to give me a lily white answer on this. So go ahead, Cole.
I mean, I don't think my answer is going to be lily white, but I mean, if you start getting up there in the $500,000 range,
right?
Well, that's what I'm saying. You would at least
nothing
call.
to lose.
I mean, you would call and say, "Hey, I mean, it might take you 10 seconds and you hang up the phone. But
how are you guaranteeing my safety from your family?
Right.
Is the first question
that
I would
have to be a legitimate question there.
Right.
Because you can say that, but what if crazy Uncle Jim's carrying that day and
decides
he wants to put an end to it? And that was his favorite niece that's getting married. Ain't nobody going to ruin Jenny's wedding. I mean, I don't need a slug in the quad just for some cash. But see, this is where I think the question's a little complicated, Pat, that you're not considering. I think it's different if someone approached you about it and then you may be just seeing an ad online. Because I don't see myself ever seeing that online and saying, "Oh, let me get call him up, see exactly what the terms of that are."
Or could this be a ruse by the police to try to see if there's some type of weirdo who wants to get naked in the woods?
No, if we're going to do it, we're drawing up a contract, and legally you're going to have to pay me.
Exactly.
This is not going to be a handshake deal because there's a chance I'm getting hurt bad.
You said handshake, right?
There's a chance I'm getting hurt bad, and there's a chance I'm going to jail. So you will be contractually obligated to pay me.
I want someone to be naked in the woods and run through the wedding in order to ruin it. I will protect you from my family.
And I'm thinking, I'm a pretty fast dude, but I can't outrun a bullet. I
also wonder that could another family member have seen this and basically set up the perpetrator to think that he was going to have this pulled off.
And they shut it down.
Yeah.
Right. Like you start coming out in a body suit that looks like you're naked, but you're not. And you're like, Charlie, this is what he tried to do. He got you.
Yeah. Shut that down.
Yeah.
So both of you would at least
make a phone I'd entertain
call.
it.
I don't think I would call, but if someone threw it at me, I would listen.
So if somebody walked in this studio right now,
everything's negotiable.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. That's today's Pat Ponders.
We've got the via Twitter, the Cal Stanford lateral band game. That's a great answer.
Mm-hmm.
Gary sent that one in. I mean, there's a guy who basically used the football as a weapon on a member of the band as he scored a touchdown, which is fantastic, by the way. Like we've all wanted to. I should stop right there. Get in trouble.
Be careful.
The Goose tweets in NCAA's handling of the NC State situation. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
That's bizarre.
72 Olympic basketball game. Nicholas Kent tweets that one in.
Against USSR. Yep.
Now, I don't know if this was the final. I don't think this was the final play of the game, but Dave tweets in Florida DB throwing a shoe against LSU. That's good.
That is a good, bizarre one.
Actually,
crazy thing happened on the field.
Very good.
It's first.
And then Rick Wright tweets Leon Lett game was bizarre ending. I don't know how many more plays there were. And by the way, which Leon Lett game?
He's had a few.
Because the Steve Tasker, or no, I'm sorry, it wasn't Tasker.
Super Bowl.
It was, who's that? Mark? No, not Mark Kelso. Who? Don Beebe.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm getting all the micro white guys for the 90s Buffalo teams confused. Excuse me for that. He also had the attempt to pick up blocked field goal game in snow.
And Thanksgiving Day,
as well. Yeah. There have been more than one Leon Lett weird ending to a game.